Matikela, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about the pattern matching, Vodacom reports, and the illusion of phone access. Let's talk about that. Before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you'll be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now, let's get into this. Let's slow this down, okay? Because what's being presented as a technical evidence is being misunderstood, misrepresented, or deliberately blurred. The lines are blurring, there something is going on there. So today, we are unpacking one phrase that keeps coming up, pattern matching, okay? It is being spoken about as if it means accessing or unlocking a phone. But that's not what it means, guys. Not telecoms, not in telecoms, not in law, and certainly not in a Vodacom 205 report. That's not what it is. So let's define it properly, step by step, and then measure the claims against the facts. One, what pattern matching actually means in telecoms, and specifically in reports generated by Vodacom. Pattern matching refers to network level analysis. That means comparing call detail records, identifying recurring communication links, tracking frequency, timing, and correlation between numbers. It looks for patterns, not passwords. I hope I'm clear. Examples include two numbers repeatedly calling or messaging each other. Regular please call me, activity between the same parties. Airtime purchases that line up with call activity. Consistent communication windows across days or weeks. All of this happens on Vodacom servers, not on as handsets. Okay? I hope you get that. I hope you get that. And that distinction matters. Let's go to number two. What pattern matching is not. Pattern matching does not mean unlocking a phone, bypassing a PIN, password, or biometric lock, accessing a WhatsApp, SMS, content, or apps, opening a phone using technology. All of that, that's not what it is. That's not what it means. Does not mean that, okay? Those are device level actions. Pattern matching is network level analysis. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? Confusing the two is not a small mistake. It changes the entire meaning of the evidence. Somnisi was right when he said that in that courtroom, that Baloyi is not an expert. He can't be playing in those grounds, okay, because those are not his speciality. He was not wrong. Now, the core misrepresentation, let's look at that. Here is the argument being implied. No one could have accessed the phone because they didn't have the pattern or PIN. That's what Baloyi is implying, okay? But that argument works. That argument only works if Vodacom needed phone access in the first place. They did not. That's not what Vodacom needed. Vodacom's analysis doesn't depend on who was holding the phone. It depends on what the network recorded. Calls, airtime activity, and please call me signals are logged regardless of physical possession. Okay? So invoking phone security to block network evidence is a false defense. Am I making sense? Yes, it is. Now, let's talk about the internal contradiction. Now, let's deal with the part that simply doesn't reconcile. We are told, please call me. Messages were sent. Airtime was purchased. Communication occurred throughout the day. But we are also told the phone was seized. The suspect had no access to it. that raises unavoidable questions now. If the phone was seized, who triggered the network activity? Airtime was allegedly bought. How much? Purchase from where? Bank linked, e-wallet, prepaid voucher. How? Why are there no transaction values or timestamps clearly stated by Ubaloyi? In telecom and financial analysis, vagueness is not neutral. It's a warning sign. Okay? So he thinks he's smart there, but no, this is a disaster. Why terminology matters in courts? Umnisi even mentions this. Courts rely on precision. When technical terms are used loosely, reframed emotionally, or intentionally redefined, which is exactly what Baloyi was doing, and the defense caught on, and they tried to tell him, Uguti, we see you, we are here, we see you. Do what you are doing, we're not stopping you, but we see you. We see you, and Judge Rota got angry. They stop being evidence and become narrative tools once technical terms are used loosely, reframed emotionally, or intentionally redefined. They stop being evidence and become narrative tools. Using pattern matching to imply phone access creates a false technical barrier, one that sounds convincing unless you know the difference. And that difference is everything. So please, he must not dare. He must not dare. Now, about court time and procedure, let's talk about that briefly. A brief but important point. Court schedules are fixed. Everything is in order. Now, we are having a situation whereby time is wasted on all of this by Ubaloyi, and he wants everyone to succumb to what he is trying to do here. That's what he is trying to do here, because it's unfair. It's unfair what he is doing with that evidence now. Now, let's make this unmistakable very clear. Pattern matching does not unlock phones. That one. Let's be clear about that. Vodacom Section 205 reports analyze network data. That's what they do. Phone possession is irrelevant to network records. The airtime and the please call me narratives contains unanswered contradictions from Baloyi's mouth. Misusing technical language distorts evidence. This is not confusion, it's critical analysis of what was happening in that courtroom. And when you strip away the jargon, the facts stand exactly where they are always. Where they always were. That's where they stand. If definition shifts to protect a conclusion, the problem isn't the audience, it's the argument. Because Ubaloyi is trying to confuse Undanzi there. He's trying to confuse Undanzi. Luckily for Undanzi, he's here. He's so woke. And luckily for defense Nabo, they are here. I'm joining. I am born. They are sharp. They are factual. And they never let complexity replace truth. They are not about that life. And Ubaloyi is having a problem with that. He's gonna do all of that stuttering because he knows he's being a gulugudu right now. He's guluguding, and it's not nice. And he's being caught live on national television. We see him, and we are on guard because this is our country, and that's our justice system. It needs to be guarded at any cost, because right now what we are seeing is something that is very scary. It is very scary what we are witnessing there. We cannot allow Baloyi to do that in our country. We cannot allow Baloyi to do such, including Judge Rota, in our courtrooms. We cannot allow them to do that to our judiciary, to our justice system at large. We cannot allow, as South Africans, we cannot allow such nonsense to prevail in our justice system. We can't. We need to speak up. We need to open our mouths. We need to make sure we make the noise so that they know that we see them. We see the nonsense that they are trying to do. That is why we have these YouTube channels, to speak and to analyze everything that they do. Yes, that's why we are doing this. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I hope you are guys doing well and everything is going well for you. Please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. I will see you on our next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.